Barry Dobson as
Yes,
Abigail.
yes, do it.
That would be, in my opinion, that would be the best way to do it.
Then again, I still want. I would still pay. This is impossible. I'd love it. I would love to see delete the Wyatts.
Ooh, baby.
Right? Won't happen ever, but it'd be great.
Yes.
Because we want nice things, and we don't get nice things.
And we
McMahon
can't have
is the
them.
bad.
That'd be great.
Yes.
That would be great.
Quick question, boys. Who is La Luchadora?
See, I had my skepticism because I thought it was maybe Naomi just because of her facial features. I thought that, but then I heard the name going around that it was she was her name, Deanna Perez, I believe was her name.
Deanna Purrazzo. Yep.
Thank you. But it seems like they might be building up to having it be revealed as Tamina because she's fully recovered. I think she's got the okay from the doctors, so possibility there. Honestly, I don't know. It is kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm a little bit interested. I want to know kind of where this goes. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like it's an actual. It feels weirdly enough like Lucha Underground, where it's just like, okay, I'm kind of hooked on this. Damn it, you got me kind of interested. I want to know who they're going to reveal it to be. It seems pretty amazing.
Yes, it's actually the long time. It's actually quite rare that we don't know who it is, because usually, with not just our show, but lots of dirt sheets, we know who it is. We know the backstage rumors of who it is. We don't know who it is this time. We are legitimately in the dark about who this is. It's quite fun, actually. Who, in your best interest, or in your opinion, who would be the best person to be La Luchadora?
I would say Tamina, because then she could pair up with Alexa Bliss, and I think that she would kind of give that. I think kind of like what they did with like AJ Lee a few years ago, just kind of have that kind of a presence there. Because a lot of people are still going to, of course, say, well, Alexa Bliss, she can't be taken seriously. She's a little pint-sized little girl. It's like, shut up. But at the same time, if they want to kind of legitimize her, I think that Tamina would be the best way to go about doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, really it has to be a heel at this point because they've attacked Becky already.
Yep.
So, unless it's somebody that was face and they've turned them heel for some unbeknownst reason, which was kind of stupid. But
it's going to be a debut. Like, they're going to, it's good. They unveil it to be some newcomer.
They could do that.
Like someone like legitimately that hasn't been in the company maybe ever before, or at least not for a while.
What about Mickey?
No.
She had that whole thing where she was a face though down in NXT, and I mean, she took her loss like like an adult. She took it like a woman, and she waved the crowd. She had the tears coming. It's like I think her heel after that would. I mean, the fans aren't gonna forget it. It was NXT. Come on,
right.
It would they wouldn't go for it. They'd be too happy at seeing Mickey again. She'd just be cheered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is a shame because she makes a great heel.
Right. No,
you're
wrong. Yeah. I guess it's a lot of fun not knowing who the hell's underneath that thing. I don't know. So I want to move on to the contract signing. Good God, it was gold.
AJ Styles just took a flamethrower and just burned John Cena to the ground.
Cena kind of fired right back. That
was battling a flamethrower with a water pistol. You can only do so much with the water pistol.
Yes, don't get me wrong. AJ came out of this promo looking stronger than ever. Cena, on the other hand, I've always said this. Cena, you may not like him as the face of the company, the wrestler he is. The man cuts a promo like, oh, his promos are amazing. He's not Paul Heyman level promos, but he's right up there.
By the way, Smark fans, listen to Paul Heyman and STFU. Max knows what I'm talking about.
I know who it's talking about.
This is why you need to be educated.
This is why you need to shut up. Okay, no, I'll check it out.
No, honestly, I'm with you on it. The biggest problem I've had with John Cena's promos for years was they're incredibly repetitive. He wasn't really putting a lot of passion into it. And they always had that disconnect where he's supposed to be the good guy, but he just comes across like a condescending jerk or kind of a giant man-child. Mm-hmm. Ever since the draft happened, holy crap, he's gotten a lot better. Sometimes they're still a little generic, and I get it. He's been in the game so long, there's probably, even in regards to good promos, Cena promo A, Cena promo B, Cena promo C, and I get that. But Tuesday? Yeah, no, that was actually pretty good. That was really good. I like where this is going. I'm starting to really think that there's a little bit of an edge to these promos, though.
Yeah, and I said it a few weeks ago that they're not necessarily moving out of it yet, of the PG era. They're really testing the limits, though, I think.
Oh God! On Raw, we may not like the storyline, but they've got the whole Lana and Rusev and Enzo and Cass angle, and for crying out loud, that is literally centered around her luring him into a bedroom for an affair. Right. He was on camera naked, and somehow that was still PG.
Yeah, that's. Like I said, like you said, there's a little bit of an edge to some of the product lately, and I love it. I do. The edginess, I think, is coming back, and I think it's going to be staying with us for a while, which I think is pretty cool. Because, for a while it was always like, thinking of kids. Now it's kind of like, you know what? Screw the kids. Let's call people bitches and slap people and focus.
Well, I don't know if
programs
it's even necessarily that. I think it's just. I think they're starting to realize that they don't need to cater 100% to a family crowd if they take the time to transition and don't just go and spam the sex and blood buttons. They actually go, okay, blood when it has an effect. Bring up a sexual aspect if there's romance in the storyline, not just for its own sake. Actually, a lot of people will crucify me for this, and as much as I loved it, that's kind of what the Attitude Era was. Oh, we need a rating spike. Crack someone's skull open.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So, should we get on to the main event before going to break?
Yes!
And
sorry.
Well, here's where it's kind of funny, because it was the same situation with Raw, where referee involvement was kind of like, what? Basically, Maurice slaps Dean Ambrose, and it's like, call for a DQ. Dean's like, no. Just do one better. Just get her out of here. Just send her away. Go away. Just send her away. And it's just like, okay. See, now that actually made more sense to me, because that a lot of times when a manager gets involved somehow, they just say, okay, you know what, you getting involved, you're gone. That's usually how it goes. Mm-hmm. And in that case, it made perfect sense. A lot of people are just saying, well, why wasn't it DQ? Why isn't it DQ? Which, of course, her husband made it very clear on Talking Smack that's what should have happened.
Oh, that
she's a little crybaby bitch needs to just shut the up already. Jeez Louise. Any more temper tantrums like this, and he's going to be this generation's Christian back in 2002.
I don't know.
When he literally is right now.
I love you, man, and we're in the club, but I got to disagree with you. I mean, that's his character. I'm loving it. Yeah. Loving it. And I won't lie. I watched SmackDown after it aired, And I'm sitting there, and I had no spoilers, and I'm just like, well, I guess this is going to end in a DQ. Oh, wow, that actually makes a shitload of sense. I mean, of course he wouldn't want it thrown out. I mean, he wants to win, but he wants the title, too. Miz will use the distraction of Maurice getting thrown out, too. Dean just won the Intercontinental title. And then I started screaming.
Yeah. Miz winning the title. Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, Dean the title?
Oh, yeah, Dean winning the title from The Miz.
Wow.
Thank you. I was still focused on the Talking Smack promo. Leave me alone.
No, you deserve to get educated in the right way.
No, Dean winning the title back, his second Intercontinental Championship reign. I hope this goes on longer than it did the first time. Because Dean, God bless him, they Roman Reigns'd him, but I think he survived being Roman Reigns'd. They pushed him too quick. And I think the reason they pushed him is because of Reigns' suspension.
I disagree.
Yeah?
I think that the way that they went about him winning the title was kind of where I was like, because he had all the potential in the world to be the champion. I mean, his feuds with Seth Rollins were just amazing, and you could definitely tell that he was ready for that spot. But I think for me, what kind of tainted it a little bit was the way that he won it using Money in the Bank. He didn't need that in order to do it. And then he got into a feud with Dolph Ziggler, which nobody cared about. Like his title run was like basically down to like 2 matches that anybody cared about, and that was him losing the title to AJ Styles and then the Shield triple threat. That was it.
Yeah.
Other than that, he was good. It was just bad booking and bad taste of how he won it.
Yeah. Yeah, I see your point. I just feel like they pushed him to the front. In my opinion, they pushed him to the front a little too quick. Yes, the crowd was jonesing for a Ambrose fix. At the same time, we got it, and then it was kind of, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It just kind of was bland. Don't get me wrong, I love Dean Ambrose with a passion, but his world title run was a little less than stellar. And the next one will probably be a lot better, but right now I think a long Intercontinental title run for Dean is exactly what he needs.
Yep. I agree. Completely agree.
Yeah, so we are going to take a quick break. We are going to come back and we are going to recap Lucha Underground and then make our, I guess, second official announcement for 2017. Moving forward, we're making some plans for our show, merging with another show. We'll get to that after the break. That's next here on The Squared Circle.
Hey there, friends and listeners of The Squared Circle Podcast. Are you looking for some new threads, maybe some new hats, or any other form of apparel? Do yourself a favor and head over to ProWrestlingCrate.com. Are you familiar with Loot Crate, those wonderful little boxes where you can get all sorts of nerdy goodies? Think the same thing, but infinitely better, because wrestling. All kinds of shirts, little toys, you name it. All available at ProWrestlingCrate.com. Exclusive friends of the Squared Circle Podcast.
What is going on, guys? This is the Loose Cannon, Nate the Effing Great, here to tell you about a great company known as AJsBelts.com. Why are they so great, you ask? Well, let me tell you, they have every single championship belt that you can imagine, from classic championships to modernized championships. Hell, even they do MMA championships. They have great deals on championship belts, and I know what you're thinking. What if you can't afford them right now? No problem. They have a great layaway program, as well as if you go through PayPal credit, you can get your championship belts right away. A&J's Belts, the proud sponsors of the Squared Circle Podcast.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Spencer Hart from the Squared Circle Podcast. Wanted to let you know about some amazing news. You can listen to the Squared Circle Podcast right now on the new Satchel podcast player for both Android and iPhones. Here's the deal. While you're listening to us on Satchel, you can quickly and easily send us a few dollars to make our show even better. So if you're listening to us on Satchel right now, go ahead and click that donate button and send us some much appreciated donations. And if you're not listening to us on Satchel, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Download the podcast player right now at satchelplayer.com. Exclusive friends of the Squared Circle Podcast.